Have you ever scrolled through social media and realized you were seriously missing out on some of the finer things in life? Well, get ready for a whole new level of FOMO. Today's list looks at some of the rarest things on Earth, from the most complicated timepiece ever created and rare baseball cards to the exquisite treasures and very old, fine wines guarded by the privileged few. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 of the rarest things that you'll probably never get to see. 25. Dwarf Giraffes. First up on our list are dwarf giraffes. And trust me when I say these guys are a true anomaly in the animal kingdom. We've only found 2 so far. They suffer from skeletal dysplasia, which gives them incredibly short legs compared to their long necks. The first documented case, Gimli, was found in Uganda. Standing at just 9 feet 4 inches tall, he's about half the height of regular giraffes. Nigel, the second case, was later discovered in Namibia. Both seem to thrive despite their shorter stature, but scientists continue to study the effects of the skeletal dysplasia on their overall mobility and health. 24. A Gynandromorph Butterfly. The natural world is full of diversity, but some variations, like the Gynandromorph Butterfly, are extremely rare. These butterflies occur in a mere 0.01% of butterfly populations and have both male and female chromosomes. The effect is a beautifully intricate pattern on their wings that's more than just eye-catching, it's a scientist's dream come true. Apart from great photo opportunities, researchers can gain insights into how genes manipulate the transformation from caterpillar to butterfly, and how it determines gender along the way. 23. Desert rose crystals. If you want to see something beautiful, you should Google desert rose crystals. These crystals are created through a process known as diffusion-limited aggregation, which basically means they form in quartz sand. The process creates beautiful mineral rosettes composed of selenite and barite. Interestingly, desert rose crystals can vary greatly in size, with the largest ever found measuring 43 centimeters or 17 inches in diameter. 22. Wonky Eggs. Every now and again, nature delivers a wonky egg. While they might seem bad or off in some way, there's actually a very reasonable explanation behind them. In young hens, the culprit is an immature shell gland. This can lead to imbalances during calcium carbonate deposition, affecting the shell's final form. The good news is that these irregularities are temporary and vanish as the hen ages. In older hens, wonky eggs are a result of stress. The good news here is that wonky eggs are safe for human consumption and their unique shape doesn't affect their nutritional value. But we should probably spare a thought for the stressed, or very young, hen behind it. 21. Skate eggs. Calling all beach detectives, have you ever stumbled upon a strange leathery pouch while combing the shoreline? It might just be a mermaid's purse. Well, not exactly a purse filled with pearls, but a skate egg case. These intriguing casings hold baby skates waiting to hatch. However, keep in mind that the sun and wind aren't kind to those underwater treasures. Once washed ashore, they tend to shrink, darken, and curl up, so don't be surprised if they look a bit different from their fresh from the sea state. 20. A Fire Opal. Opals are cherished for their unique range of colors and have been used in jewelry for thousands of years. Their variations are caused by the accumulation of hydrated silica spheres that scatter light. Nearly all of them produce varying rainbows of color. However, fire opals are the rare exception. These beauties only scatter red because of the way light interacts with their internal structure. While generally more expensive than, say, amethysts or cubic zirconias, opals, particularly high-quality specimens with exceptional color or brilliance, can command a hefty price tag and are very popular among jewelers. 19. Okenite. Okenite is a rare mineral that can be found in volcanic rock cavities. Unlike other flashier gemstones, okenite comes in the form of delicate, almost cotton-like clusters of white crystals, and its scarcity determines its price. Starting around $55 US, depending on size, shape, and quality, the sky is basically the limit. In addition to its physical properties, okenite holds an important place in spiritual beliefs, and it's said to promote spiritual development, emotional balance, and even improve intuition. 18. Shakespeare's signature. One of the most coveted rare collectibles out there is William Shakespeare's signature. Only 6 exist, that we know of, and they're all on legal documents. Given their scarcity and Shakespeare's legacy, they've become extremely valuable, to say the least. In 2006, one sold at auction for an incredible £4.6 million. So while it might be cool to show your friends a piece of history, this is definitely a collector's item reserved for a very select few. 17. Rare T-206 Honus Wagner baseball card. While we're on the subject of rare collectibles, the T-206 Honus Wagner baseball card is probably the most valuable sports card in existence, and it comes with a fascinating, if dubious, backstory. According to the rumor, baseball legend Honus Wagner objected to his image being used on a cigarette insert card, as he believed it would encourage children to smoke. This disagreement apparently led to the card's removal from circulation, which created a scarcity that continues to drive its astronomical price tag to this day. In fact, the last one was sold for $7.25 million in August 2022 in a private transaction. 16. Pyura Chilensis. Pyura Chilensis, also known as Pyre, will not win any beauty contests, but don't let its appearance fool you. They're a type of animal called tunicates, also known as sea squirts, and they provide vital support to the ecosystem. Pyres have an interesting reproductive system. Born male, it develops into a hermaphrodite with both male and female organs, allowing it to reproduce independently if necessary. And if you're truly adventurous, Pyre is a prized Chilean delicacy that can be eaten raw, cooked, or dried. If you can stomach it, its flavor is said to be remarkably similar to sea urchin. Or iodine. You know, tasty. 15. Fukang Meteorite. Believe it or not, some people actually own and wear pieces of the meteorite that has been called the most dazzling otherworldly substance known. The Fukang Meteorite was discovered in 2000. The rare Palasite meteorite represents less than 0.2% of all known meteorites, and, unlike your usual dull space rock, has a breathtaking display of translucent green olivine crystals inside a gleaming nickel iron matrix. It's gorgeous with a capital G. While the main mass of the Fukang meteorite is believed to be housed in museum collections, some smaller fragments can be found in private collections and gemstones. 14. Painite. If you thought diamonds were expensive, well, you're in for a surprise. Painite holds the Guinness World Record for both the rarest gemstone and mineral on Earth. A single crystal was discovered in Myanmar in 1951, and today we know of about 24 in existence. Its formation is a complex geological dance within specific volcanic rocks, but the necessary conditions are exceptionally rare. As you may have guessed, owning one is not for the average Joe, and prices range from $55,000 per carat and up, depending on size, color intensity, and clarity. 13. A Wollemi Pine. The critically endangered Wollemi Pine's lineage stretches back an incredible 200 million years. Take a good look at it. These were the trees that coexisted with dinosaurs. Today, 46 adult trees and 43 juveniles remain in the wild, but theirs isn't a story of complete loss. Once thought to be extinct, a small population was rediscovered in a remote Australian canyon in 1994. It was an extraordinary find for the botanical world. Today, these ancient trees are considered to be a global treasure, and conservation efforts are underway to propagate them in captivity to ensure their survival. 12. The 1933 Double Eagle gold coin. Bear with me if you already know the history of the 1933 Gold Eagle. Minted in, 1933, this $20 gold coin was designed to stand out. However, the United States abandoned the gold standard later that year, and President Roosevelt ordered the melting of all the 1933 Double Eagles in circulation. As these things go, some of them disappeared, and they became the subject of ongoing intrigue. Today, only 2 legally reside at the Smithsonian, while any others are considered stolen government property. Their extreme rarity fuels their value. In 2021, one such coin shattered records, selling for a phenomenal $18.9 million, in the process becoming the most expensive coin ever sold, which is way more than the $20 it originally was. Just a bit more, a few dollars more if I had to wager a guess. Just a little bit. 11. A Papal Tiara. The Papal Tiara, a distinctive three-tiered headdress, also known as the Triple Crown, used to be worn by popes during official papal events. Unfortunately, during the French Revolution, anti-clerical sentiments, including those against the Catholic Church's power and influence, skyrocketed in France, and French troops stripped or destroyed many of the Holy See's papal tiaras. Only a few remained. Today, the last remaining tiaras can be found in museums, but they're rarely on display because of their irreplaceable cultural and historical significance. 10. An Apollo 11 Robbins Medallion. The Apollo 11 mission, for everyone who's not a space buff, was the first NASA mission to land astronauts on the moon and bring them safely back to Earth. To commemorate their fantastic feat, each astronaut, along with key NASA officials and dignitaries, received the Apollo 11 Robbins Medallion, which was made from sterling silver with the iconic Apollo 11 mission insignia on the front. As you can imagine, these medallions are incredibly exclusive and from part of a highly sought-after category of space memorabilia that is any collector's dream. Since they're very rare, they're usually only found in private collections or at auction and are rarely seen by the general public. 9. A Montblanc 149 Meisterstück skeleton fountain pen. Are you a pen aficionado? Well, if you are, please tell me, how much would you be willing to pay for one? The Montblanc 149 Meisterstück skeleton fountain pen is the pinnacle of craftsmanship and design, following a lineage that began in 1924 with the introduction of the Meisterstück series, which is German for masterpiece. And let me tell you, that's exactly what it is. With a price tag that goes into the thousands, the luxurious pen comes with a transparent resin barrel, which shows the pen's inner workings in perfect detail. Its skeletonized design showcases its piston-filling mechanism, which in normal speak is the system that ensures controlled ink flow, and the nib is made from 18-karat gold. 8. A Victoria Cross pin. The Victoria Cross pin is a miniature replica of the prestigious Victoria Cross medal, the highest military honor bestowed for bravery in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth nations. Only 1,358 have been awarded since their inception in 1856. Pins like these are typically worn by Victoria Cross recipients or their families on formal occasions and acts as a miniature tribute to the recipient's act of heroism. Because of the profoundly personal significance of these pins and the fact that they frequently become heirlooms within recipient families, they're seldom seen in public. Except for mine, I totally got it right here. 7. The Patek Philippe Henry Graves Supercomplication. The Patek Philippe Henry Graves Supercomplication isn't just a watch, it is a piece of watchmaking history. It was commissioned in 1925 by banker Henry Graves Jr. and held the title of the world's most complicated mechanical timepiece for more than 50 years. The one-of-a-kind pocket watch comes with an impressive 24 complications, which include a calendar, celestial map functionalities, and a minute repeater with Westminster chimes. Since there is only one in existence, our chances of seeing it outside of prestigious watch exhibitions are basically zero. 6. Serendibite. Serendibite is a true gem in the mineral world. This exceptionally rare silicate mineral was first discovered in Sri Lanka in 1902. Named after the Old Arabic name for Sri Lanka, Serendib, its discovery was truly a stroke of serendipity. Its formation is very specific and only takes place in skarns, zones of altered rock, associated with boron metasomatism, chemical alteration by boron-rich fluids of carbonate rocks intruded by granite, igneous rock. It's a mouthful, I know. Encountering serendibite, particularly in its faceted form for jewelry, is a rare privilege. 5. Chateau Lafite Rothschild, 1787. The Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1787 is one of the world's holy grails for wine collectors. This exceptional vintage secured its reputation as one of the finest ever produced. However, time has rendered it undrinkable. Due to its limited production and the passage of time, it is exceedingly rare to find a bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild 1787 today. Primarily held in private collections, these bottles can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. 4. Star sand Foraminifera. Did you know that the sand on some beaches looks like tiny little stars? I'm not kidding. Star sand is a real phenomenon made up of the microscopic exoskeletons of Foraminifera, single-celled marine organisms. These microscopic organisms live on the ocean floor, and when they die, their calcium carbonate shells settle and accumulate over time. The result? Magical star-shaped sand. 3. The Gutenberg Bible. Johann Gutenberg changed the course of history with the printing of the Gutenberg Bible in the mid-15th century. It was the first book to be printed with movable metal type, a printing method that removed the need to hand copy manuscripts. This, in turn, made knowledge more accessible to the public, which improved literacy rates and the spread of ideas throughout Europe. I mean, just think about that for a second. Can you imagine the world we would have lived in if this technique was never discovered? We would have been stuck in the Dark Ages. Although Gutenberg printed between 160 to 185 copies, only 49 complete or partial ones still exist today. Gutenberg Bibles cannot be found in every library or museum, but some prestigious institutions do have them, and they can be made available for public viewing under certain circumstances. 2. Pennantia Baylisiana. With the title of the rarest plant on Earth once bestowed upon by the Guinness World Records, Pennantia Baylisiana, or the Three Kings Kaikomako, clings to survival on an island off the coast of New Zealand. Rooted in solitude since its discovery in 1945, the loneliest tree in the world has stood watch on the island for over 7 decades. Luckily, conservation efforts are underway. Scientists hope to bring this species back from the edge through various programs that include propagation and reintroduction. 1. The Heliograph of the 1862 solar eclipse. Before we had digital cameras and sophisticated space telescopes, astronomers had to use tools like the heliograph to get their heavenly fix. It was essentially nothing more than a large telescope and a camera on a tracking mount, but it was one that could take stunning cosmic pictures. In 1862, Warren de la Rue took a very particular picture with his heliograph, and in the process revealed the sun's previously unseen corona, the beautiful, wispy outer atmosphere. It was a game changer. The corona's discovery provided scientists with valuable information about the sun's structure, temperature, and atmosphere. Today, the original is housed in the National Science and Media Museum archives and cannot be viewed by the public due to its age and fragility. So, what's the rarest thing you own? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out our social medias, including my personal ones, links in that description below. And if you liked this video, you will love 25 of the rarest animals in the world. So go from rare things to rare animals, click this button. It's not really a button, it's kind of a button. I don't know, it's a link, but I guess it's a button. Click this video. Oh, I've confused myself. What is it? That's rare.